Today, I want to talk about your shadow placement and specifically some tips and tricks to help with that, because it's one of the things you should be knowing right off the bat before you even start your painting is where your light source is coming from. And then once you know where the light source is coming from, it's going to tell you your shadow placement. And I'm also going to give you a fun exercise to do with this as well. So first up, let's talk about, before we get into the shadow placement, let's talk about the two shadows that you are going to be typically using on your object, and that is your form shadow and your cast shadow. So in order to know where those are on your object, you have to know where your light source is coming from. So before I even start a painting, I tell myself, and sometimes I'll even write it on the paper, if it's coming from the left side, the right side, up above, wherever it's coming from, I need to know that first, because that's going to then automatically tell me where my form shadow is and then where my cast shadow is on the ground with the object. So once we know those two things, this fun kind of diagram is cool to look at because it's showing you the different directions of your cast shadow and also your form shadow depending on where your light source is coming from. So each one of these is going to shift because I put the sun, which is our light source, right here. And then over here, if your light source is coming from the right side, you automatically know then your cast shadow is going to be on the left side. So it's always kind of opposite of where your light source is coming from because that object is starting to block the light, which is why then you have your cast shadow opposite of your light source. Now, with this, it's really fun to kind of look at this as well. Wherever your light source is coming from, it can be coming from, all different directions, whether or not it's artificial light where it's being controlled from a certain spot, or if you're outside and the time of day, your sun is doing something like this, where it's starting over here and then it's starting to arc up above and then it's starting to set. And so I kind of did this fun little one to show you to have an object like this in your sketchbook, something simple. I usually like doing fruit or vegetables or just like a single tree, something simple to then have your light source and do different light source directions and then see how that affects the cast shadow and the form shadow. So here's two different ones on this page, but then I did an entire sketchbook page of the same, just doing a strawberry, and each one has a different direction of where the light source is coming from. And this is a perfect warm-up to do in your sketchbook. And there's a couple things I want you to notice about this and how to keep it within 5 minutes when you sit down. Number one is I am not painting the entire strawberry. All I'm doing is sketching out the strawberry and just using ultramarine blue for my form shadow and my cast shadow on here. And that's it, because that's the whole purpose of this exercise, is just to start practicing your form shadow and your cast shadow in relation to the light source, because those things go hand in hand. And so for the most part, I always tell beginners to kind of just start off with something simple for your light source direction, something where it's looking like your light source is coming usually from like the left or the right side, and it's in this kind of a direction. I start off with that with beginners and say do that with a couple different objects. But once you get used to that and comfortable with knowing how to do the form shadow and the cast shadow with your light source in that direction, that's then when you want to now start doing exercises like this and switching up that light source so that you know how to start painting your object if the light is coming from a completely different direction, because again, that's going to affect how things are looking on the actual object. For instance, if my light is kind of more down towards my strawberry, it's affecting it versus if it's up more high, where that form shadow and cast shadow are going to be. And so this is just a fun way to single out and practice this without going and taking each strawberry and going from start to finish, and using this as a great warm-up, because once you know how to do form shadows and cast shadows, and especially with how it's relating to your light source and what that's doing to your object, it's going to elevate your paintings 10 times. Because usually what I find out with beginners sometimes is they're painting their object and I'll ask them, where is your light source coming from? Because it's looking a little off, and Usually they don't know. And so that's a huge problem. You never want to start a painting not knowing where your light source is coming from, because it literally affects the entire painting, where your values go, how your shadows are, all of that good stuff. So next time you grab your sketchbook, today or tomorrow, this is a great exercise to warm up with. Let me know in the comments if you are one of those ones who don't always know where your light source is, or if you're one of those ones like how I am sometimes. I like always picking like the right side for my light source and then painting usually with my cash out and everything on the left side. And that's something why I also started doing this, is because I'm trying to get out of the habit of always having it come from one direction, and I'm trying to get better at it coming from multiple directions. So I'm trying to do that in my own art. I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys are doing with yours. If you want more in-depth into all of this kind of stuff, I go over a lot of cash shadows in Watercolor 101. This is the PDF lesson guide that goes with it. I just print it out, but this is where I really talk about shadows and kind of how to do all of that. So if you want more of like a deeper dive, this course is 10 hours long. That is all inside my Watercolor 101 course, and I will see you guys in the next video.